Hello everyone, Crydex here, and welcome back to pYanodon's Season 3. In our last episode... Wait, why does that not more? What did we do in our last episode? We were working on all sorts of fluids, and we ended up wanting to just make gasoline and aromatics here from this light oil. What it's not going to do is make light oil from all the places. Wait, what's going on here? Hold on, something's wrong. Why is this... What's happening? This is rotated correctly. Uh-oh. Oh, so there's a bug in valves. Wonderful. This is overflowing, or this is allowing flow when it's not at 90%. What the heck? That's really bad. Oh no. Aren't we using that design elsewhere in the base? I need to report that. I don't know if that's the fault of the new valve prototype, but that is a problem. Like, you should be able to put a pump after a valve and it should work properly, but it looks like it's not. Here, let's try this out in the testing lab just to confirm our suspicions, but I'm guessing this is just overall a problem now. Let's see. What am I... What's it called? Testing lab. There we go. All right. So if we just add random tank and let's do this time, let's do over or under. What's it called? Not underflow. Top up valve. Where are they? Here we go. So this time let's do like a 50% top up. Well, I guess top-up's different. This may not be the same situation, because top-up is based on the output destination. So in this case, the question would be, is a pump into top-up working correctly, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, pump into top-up seems to be fine. And pump out of top up is gonna just fill. Yeah, you would never do that anyway. So I guess it's really pump out of overflow that would be the problem. So then if we do this, it just empties the whole tank. Yeah, that's a problem. That is a huge problem. Shoot. Wow. Okay. Obviously we can fix it by doing something like this, but that has now broken our whole system. That's really frustrating. I don't even know what to do here. I mean, do I need to look at every instance of an overflow valve in my entire base and make sure this isn't a problem? Oh gosh. See, like right there. This is literally the... Oh my gosh. This is so bad. Alright, well, I guess I know what we're doing for now. This is a very bad bug. I'm kind of disappointed it didn't get caught. I don't know who I'm disappointed in. But I'm disappointed in somebody. Overflows directly into thingies should be fine. This is saying 2 of them. Okay, that one and that one. Those are fine. 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 Fine, 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 fine. Not fine. Wait. Actually, what's going on here? Oh, that one's controlled, but it still is not fine. Oops. No, redo that. I wanted that. I wanted Control X. Control X being next to Control Z is, in my opinion, a bad thing. Bad thing for me, at least. And do we have RoboPort coverage over there? We do not. So, wonderful. Let's see. Okay, it'll get there eventually. Alright, so continuing on our journey here, there's a bunch. Oh my gosh. Oh, yep, here's another one that's gonna make mistakes. I'll have to go fix that one in person. That's gonna require some finesse. That should be fine. That's fine, that's fine. That's fine. Now the other thing I don't know for sure is if this was a recent patch change with the valves being added into the base game, or if this has just always not worked in the 2.0 implementation of valves. I'm not sure which one it is. So, okay, seems like I wasn't doing that exact thing in too many places, which is good. Let's go fix the one, and then we need to grab some DDCs. Let's fix the one in the base up by the tar processing. Yeah, that's kind of a scary thing to find out. Because I used that system all the time in the past. I'm guessing it has to do with a variety of things. I don't even know. Also, why do these have 24,000 flow rate now instead of 12,000? I'm pretty sure I never changed that. Interesting. Anyway. Let's fix... I guess I can just do this myself. And then up here, this can just be there, there, and that. Okay. I mean, it's not a difficult fix. It's just that the pump can somehow pull from the input half, not the output half of the overflow valve. And that's what's causing the issue. So it's like literally skipping over the valve stopping things. Which is really weird. I don't know how it all works internally, but it's really weird. Are we good on Vraux? Is that what's going on here? It says I have 800. That seems like a very good number. Wow. We actually have enough Vraux? It's amazing. That's amazing. Does that mean we actually have enough formic acid over in the crap? It does. Well, some things are just beautiful in life. Anyway. Moving on. Let's go grab some DDCs up here. And yeah, so... Wow, that kind of... That threw me for a big loop there. Trying to get back on track mentally here. We recently increased science per minute, and I actually think it worked. At least over the last 10 minutes, it seems to have been working. What am I trying to do? Science. Is that the only one called Science Pack? What's going on here? Where are the other ones? I guess I haven't needed to make logistics science. But yeah, anyway, all that to say, we were making right at the 8.2 to 9 per minute, and now we're making 12 a minute. So that's exactly correct based on what we've needed. Let's grab some DDCs. And then what else do we need to grab? I feel like I need other things, but I guess that's it for now. Okay. And then we go back down to here. Having a lot of gasoline is kind of a big deal. That's why I'm doing this, and aromatics. It's just, those are both really, really, really important. Gasoline is a catalyst for like a million things. If we look at it here, you know, you can see it goes in a lot of recipes. So we're going to use a lot of gasoline as a catalyst. And then even make pressurized hydrogen. I need a lamp up here somewhere. Okay, so anyway, this is garbage. There we go. Let's get that fixed. Now that will work properly. Man, I'm glad we caught that. That would have voided our entire light oil supply. Which, in the grand scheme of things, 250,000 light oil is nothing. But that still would have been annoying. Okay, so these guys are running. Why are only 2 of them running? Ah, that's why. Okay. And then aromatics are not hooked up. Okay, we needed to hook these up to... So we did 1, 2, 3, and this will be 4, 5. So 4 can be gasoline. 5 can be aromatics. And I mean, I think it's that easy. Wait, it's not that easy. Shoot. Am I okay with these being considered as byproduct gasoline and byproduct aromatics? I mean, I don't think that exists in my current situation in the base. Because we're never gonna global trash things. So I think so, because this is already overflowed light oil in the first place. So this is literally light oil that was gonna go in a sinkhole. So when I think about it that way, then yes, I'm totally okay with this. Because that light oil was going in a sinkhole anyway, so it's fine if these products just completely back up. And then the light... I guess I could... This is another one of those scenarios where I have 2 options. I could just let it go the way it is, which means if either aromatics or gasoline is backed up, then it will stop. Or I could have overflows on the gasoline and the aromatics, but then have a circuit that says if I have plenty of both, then don't overflow. If that makes sense. That's probably the easiest way to do it. I should grab more of these tanks. These tanks are useful. I guess I'll craft one. Why can't I craft the others? I'm out of duralumin. But yeah, I'll have some sort of situation here. I just actually put them in the corners. And then we can pump out. That way we don't have any sort of weirdness with the buffers. Okay. So then these represent backing up on those resources. And we will allow overflow out of these. Is aromatics a gas or a liquid? I think it's a liquid. Void, where's the void recipe? This one, sinkhole, okay. So, then we just need these guys to not run if, oh, well, we need a decider combinator. Yeah, I mean, was this really worth it? The only purpose to all of this is that we're gonna save electricity at the end of the day. Because if we just let these run all of the light oil, then we wouldn't even need to void the light oil. I guess that's just in case it's filling up too fast, but like, if we just let these run, it would be fine. So this is really just to save electricity, and I don't know if it's worth it, to be honest. I don't think it's worth it, but we're already this far in, so I might as well finish it. But if I were to do it again, I would have said, nah, let's skip it. That's not the right gasoline. It's this one. And basically, if they're both greater than 500, then we're just gonna stop. Because that means they're both starting to back up. And then these are enabled if red is exactly 0. Okay. There we go. That's done. Light oil is being utilized. The heavy oil is properly not being overflowed. Gosh, that was a scary bug. I definitely need to remember to report that when I'm done recording. Okay, what's next? I actually don't know. And what's the stopping condition again? If we have plenty of everything. But then we won't be getting our light oil. So there's almost a part of me that says I don't want to stop these guys from going. That is a significant amount of power though. But I'll just be dumping the shale oil instead when I could be turning it into aromatics and gasoline. So really, this should be measuring... Oh gosh. This should also be measuring aromatics and gasoline. In these other tanks. Here we need a long power pole for that. But yeah, this is weird, but I actually think this is gonna be what we want here. What? These things have surprisingly short reach in the scale of pyanodons. It always feels like it's way too small. Okay, so then this one, we're actually gonna do shale oil until everything's backed up. Because there's no reason to stop, even if these three are backed up, because when the light oil continues overflowing, then that will cause these guys to run. But if those are also backed up, then we'll definitely stop the shale oil. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if that's worth it, but we're doing it. Okay, did we check? Process ref nat gas with gasoline. We're not doing that yet. Coal dust, final trash, tar usage project. I don't even remember what tar usage project is. Is it just like to use side product tar? Maybe? Because we do have a lot of tar. Let's go restock some basics while we get our head on straight here. So we're researching towards sponges. As soon as this research is done, we'll have rare earth ores ready to go. Should I set this up? Plasmids, primers, and polymerase on trains. Do we actually want that all on trains? I'm not so sure about that. They do go to a lot of places, though. Let's see. Alt E. No. Control E. Plasmids. Glassware, petri dish, lab instruments. Lab instruments probably need to be on trains. Or maybe not. Maybe I can make all the stuff that needs lab instruments in the same place. I don't know. I don't know. I think that's what we were gonna do up here. I have no memory of what this was for anymore. Shoot. We had a plan for it, didn't we? Uh-oh, was it? No, it wasn't sulfuric acid. We already got that set up. So yeah, this one, if you actually recycle the refined natural gas, you end up getting so much more sulfuric out of it, but we already knew that. That's not news. And so much BTX, too. So much BTX. We really need to find a good use for that. Oh, can I do zippier eggs yet? We could set that up. Wait, is that correct? For the amount? Wow, it actually is. That's an absurd amount of repro complexes. Wow. Did I research what we need for zippier egg? No. Haven't researched anything. And these guys make arthropod blood, which can be turned into organic solvent in purple science. Okay. Or we can mix it with cumene to make organic solvent. And cumene comes from titanium tetrachloride and strip distillates, or this crazy benzene phosphoric acid propene recipe. I remember this being the only way to make cumene. This one seems new. Titanium tetrachloride. We're gonna need to mass produce this at some point. And stripped distillates, which are the ones that are the medium distillates, which are the good ones. Yeah, the stripped distillates are the good ones, but still, this is a pretty powerful recipe. 200 cumene. And then medium distillates come from crude oil, bio oil, or bitumen. I like the idea of bitumen. I don't like how much residual mixture there is there, but that's so much power if you think about it that way. It's so much coal. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Can we actually do any of these things right now? Corlex is still not researched, so I can't do that. So I guess we build this. It's not quite ready. And that does decay. Helmod added decay time here, so that's really handy. So you can see if things decay. Albumin decays. That's worth noting. Albumin. Weird, that's not even a recipe. What is that? Huh. It's like the recipe isn't even existent, but this is the recipe. That's so weird. Anyway, blood being centrifuged, we can do that on demand. Centrifuges take 258 megawatts. Let's not forget about that. And then I may need some accumulators for those things. That's so nuts. Or I could do this same system where, like, I set it, because it only needs to run 2% of the time, right? So that's, I could just have one electric boiler and one steam engine, and that would run it much slower. It's such a weird way to do it, but it does keep it from spiking our power network. Anyway, all of this stuff is going to be to make artificial blood, but that's what I want on the... I actually want artificial blood on trains, right? Yeah, let's work on that. So let's get the artificial blood part into its own block. It's needed for Flutech, and Flutech is needed. And Flutech is not needed for anything else, right? We gotta follow the whole chain here. Flutech is not needed for anything else until Purple Science at the soonest, so I'm not worried about that. Or kick out grade 2. We can make that where we're making the Flutech, so that's fine. Barrels of Flutech not needed. So artificial blood, albumin's not needed. Well, it is needed in other places, but we'll probably just make it on site because it's such a short decay time. So albumin's going to be one of those things that we make. Oof. I don't like spoilage timer 10-minute things being used in creatures. Because these are such big, you know, sushi belts and stuff, having things that spoil in only 10 minutes. It decays into urea, though. Wait, what? Hold on, it decays into urea? Hold on, it decays into urea? That's kind of amazing. Wait a second. Y'all, I just noticed we already have this recipe. Well, no, sorry, no, this recipe's better. 100 blood makes 10 urea here. Whereas this recipe, 100 blood, would only make 1 urea. Okay, never mind. But it is still 100 blood to 1 urea. Long... I guess not that long, but sort of long before you could get it otherwise. Huh, that's funny. And then we can also make hydrogen chloride out of guts, which is an interesting and probably useful thing. I think we probably need that more than jerky. So... we should set up bioreactors. Let's add that to the list. Set up bioreactors for guts to HCl. Okay, let me restock on various sundries here. Like random combinators and constant combinators and cybersyn combinators and arithmetic combinators. Why am I not getting any... Oh, we don't have gearboxes here anymore. That's a good point. I need to set up Logibots on the auto mall. Put that somewhere in here. Okay, we don't need more fast inserters right now. Lamps. Give them the clamps. I mean the lamps. Alright, get some belts. I haven't grabbed these guys in a while, but I don't do as much handcrafting anymore, so that's reasonable. Yeah, we're doing okay right now. It wasn't that long ago that I visited. Alright, fluorospolenen, urea, latex, antimony oxide, random gravel, some rich dust, some sand, some yellow stuff, some rare earth ores. We got lots of random crap. Keratin. It always feels good to get rid of random crap. Stone brick we'll refill on. Small parts. I don't need 4 random caged outs. You guys got lucky. You get to live on the farm instead of going upstate to the farm. You know what I mean? Alright, titanium. Duralumin. Oh, glass. Lead. Aluminum. Steel. Okay. Sweet. Couple more stacks of iron, and then we'll refill on the pipes here. That should be good. Alrighty. Now, artificial blood needs to be made its own thing. Which means we don't want these getting caught up in the artificial blood situation. Boop. Okay, so artificial blood is made from all these pieces. Now, do mixed ore... Let's think this out a bit. Mixed ores have only the one recipe, and they're only used in the one place. So there's really no reason to separate that out. We'll import the ores, and then we'll make cobalt extract. Now that is used in multiple places, so we will want to have additional cobalt extract output here. That much I'm confident in. So, additional cobalt extract output. First of all, I'm gonna change this into like at least 1 per second, maybe 2 even. And then we're gonna have 0.5 cobalt extract out. Okay. And the cyanic, how are we gonna handle that? Are we actually gonna use coal and methane? When do I get meat to cyanic? Probably in the Pi 2 science, the same version. Yeah, I mean, cyanic only has one way to make it. What if I just used ammonia only? And I skipped the whole urea to ammonia plus cyanic. Because later, I feel like ammonia is really easy to get. This is a strong recipe. When do I get that one? Acetone. When do I get this? Oh, well, okay, I get it really soon, actually. In fact, I can have it right now. But the question is more, how do I make acetone? It's cumene, that's right. Oh, never mind. Is this different than it was like a few years ago? I feel like I remember turning cumene into acetone. Maybe I don't, but phenol, this feels familiar. But it's definitely later in the tech tree than it was before. Or I'm just making stuff up. Okay, so this is the way I would be making acetone, because black liquor is something we can't make on purpose, which is weird. It's a weird byproduct of treated wood fiber. There's no way I could make that in large enough quantities. I mean, that would be an absurd amount of fiber. For only 10 black liquor, which is not even 10 acetone, yeah, I don't think that's worth it. So instead, we would need... And there is a Zyhifo version that creates acetone, but that's a turd replacement. So at least for now, it's cumene in blue science, or it's this propene in pi2 science. So we're not going to be making that. But it is worth noting that this could be a good replacement, because I kind of count the syngas as free, at least when considering the outputs are expensive things like ammonia and organic solvent. I kind of consider the syngas to be free in this. And then even the organic solvent has a lot of really useful outputs. Whoa. Huh. I guess it doesn't have that many useful outputs. It is used in a lot of things. But it's not like it by itself is incredible. Anyway. What was I just looking at? Oh, just propene. Oh, propene is just lead and syngas. Okay, that's not that crazy. So that's just lead, syngas, copper, and chromite sand is probably the most expensive part. Which we get better ways to make as we go. Okay, so acetone's not that bad in pi2. It's lead, copper, chromite, and syngas. And then more syngas, and then that gets you organic solvent and ammonia. Okay, that's great. We don't have it yet, but we'll get it eventually. For right now, we were looking at cyanic and the ways to make it. And methane and ammonia. Huh. Okay, so that's how we got on that loop. Right. So for this, the ammonia will have to come from urea, so I guess we only want 50% of that anyway. Okay, well that's just how it has to work. So it's a huge urea cost. Wow, that's a huge urea cost. And when do I get blood into urea? That's also the pi2 science. And these both decay. Raw fiber. Awogi. When do I get that? Or do I not? Maybe I don't. That might be one of those not real recipes. Yeah, that one doesn't really exist. Like that recipe exists for other versions of the pie pack. Not for this one. That's quite a bit of liquid manure, isn't it, in Zogna? Trying to remember how expensive that is in terms of Zogna. I set up 20 Zogna a second. Where are we? I got lost. 20 Zogna a second. Okay, so that's not terrible. Seems like a lot. But yeah, we'll just import the urea. And then the methane, we have not set up a methane plant. Is cobalt fluoride needed in other places? Cobalt extract. We're making cobalt fluoride, and that's used in, not really Yadel's Mark II, but pretty much just this. And then the Decalin is also used to make cytostatics, so we'll want to make this in the same place as well, that we make cytostatics. Huh. Okay. This is going to be a big block. Why don't I copy that and get the requests going. Hope that's not anything too fancy that we can't make. Flotation cell. That all seems doable. And then methane. Methane's the final thing we wanted to look at here. So methane. Do we get another way to make it soon? Oh, BTX. I might fast track this research. It won't take very long either. It's on the cheaper end. What is this? Oh, you can turn bones into keratin. Now that's interesting. Skin into lead, chitin into power? Whoa. That's a lot of geothermal water. Huh. Anyway, this BTX to methane might be the way to do it. At least for now. Yeah. And we can even turn low distillates into BTX as well when we need more later. When we start doing real oil processing. And I'm not making great tin chromium alloy right now, but we will make more eventually. Is this one even better? 40 and 50 to only make 12? Does that not seem better to me? That's like 20 tin and about 3 per chromium. So what is that? 15 chromium. I guess it's better. 2010 to make 12. Yeah, it's still 2 to 1-ish on the tin. And the chromium, that's about 15 chromium. It's Still just a little bit more chromium than... Yeah, okay, that's actually about the same. That's really not that much better, ratio-wise. It's just, you get more... Actually, no, I'm actually starting to wonder why you would do this. Because you can get productivity on the chromium and productivity on the tin plate, and then you could get productivity on this recipe. So why would you not do it that way? This one doesn't make sense to me. It's not quite powerful enough. Right? Because 40 molten tin represents like 25 plates. So that's still 2 tin per tin chromium alloy. And that's almost exactly 3 to 1, which means this represents 17, which is 50% more. It's literally the same cost. These alloy recipes are supposed to be cheaper. I guess it makes it a lot faster. Maybe that's the idea. Makes 12 in 4 seconds instead of 2 in 3 seconds. So like, maybe it's just to have fewer smelters running. But you lose a step of productivity in that, and you have to spend sand castings on it. And like a lot of sand castings. Huh. Interesting. Well, this has been a great Hellmod episode, hasn't it? Anyway, BTX and chromium. What do we need? Or yeah, actually, that is what I'm looking at. BTX and chromium. There's also nickel and syngas. Wait, when do I get that one? Ah, not till blue science. That one's really good. Okay. Multi-purpose cracker. Should I set this up over here where we have the BTX? Or wait, where do I have the BTX? Over here where we have the BTX? Feels like it. It'll just be free methane. But we probably want to request BTX for it and do that somewhere else. Are these tracks screwing things up? Yes. Wow. Interesting. What's going on here? How is that one not valid? Oh, never mind. I see it now. There's not a train track next to it. Okay. I should look for more of those blinking signals. I feel like they exist. Anyway, this episode is about over, and I feel like I've gotten absolutely nothing done, but that's part of the Zen Garden experience sometimes, you know? Why don't we... Because it just feels like there's so many things we need to set up. I do want to work on the methane, actually. So why don't we get that going? We're going to need a multi-purpose cracker. I'm going to add that to my little wish list. How many do I need? One multi-purpose cracker would get me 50 a second, so I probably want like 2 of those. Okay. So 2 multi-purpose crackers. Did we ever add those onto the list? No. Multi-purpose crackers. Get those going. Those are all doable. So we'll set those up. I will... Now, BTX comes from a variety of sources. Yes? No. It comes from 2 sources only. As a byproduct from condensates, or as a intentional product from low distillates. Huh. Okay, well, at least for now, I will set up a requester. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I guess I did this wrong. Oh, I didn't do these right. Hold on. This one needs to have gasoline. There we go. And this one needs to have aromatics. Okay, good. Hey, we still did it. Okay. Got it right. Anyway, what am I trying to say here? So, first of all, let's grab some multi-purpose crackers. Second of all, I'm gonna need some oil burners, which I should just have in my inventory anyway. Trying to find things manually here is a bit of a nightmare. Coals, exhaust pipes. All right, and then we'll set up. Uh-oh, train is stuck again. No, okay. Apparently not. We'll set up a requester for BTX. Feels weird given, again, we're providing it right here, but I just think this works better for us. And the good news is with how this works, the trains can literally just go in a circle. So they don't necessarily have to, like... It's so weird that this one works. Huh. Hey, the research finished! Yes! So now rare earth ore... To continue my being distracted. Where's my rare earth processing plant? Where did we put you? Over here. It should be running now? Yes. Wait. What? How did I miss this? Oh, wait, no, hold on. Oh man, I'm getting myself so confused. We need cyanic. I can make cyanic from ammonia, and now I just unlocked another ammonia recipe. This one, 20 urea to 100 ammonia. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, that's like triple. So we need way less urea for this, but then we need more methane and coal. I guess that's the downside. It does use a significant amount of coal, actually. That's like a non-zero amount. I can make huge amounts of coal though. I'm not too worried about that. But it uses less urea, which is definitely the more expensive thing. So that's fine with me. Anyway, seems like I've made mistakes here by not getting rid of the tailings. I do have this hooked up though. Okay. So this won't be too bad. I just need to make a pipe here. And then that needs to go north. And then over here. that. And I'm just gonna have to remember when that gets placed to rotate it. I guess I could, if I wanted to fix it easier, I could do that, copy that, and then go down. Okay. There we go. Okay, anyway. All of that being said, we want F requester. And we'll want to request BTX here. BTX. Call it like 50,000. And then we'll do a provider. Do we already have a provider here that we can glom onto? Just a normal, regular priority provide. Would we want this to be a higher priority providing of methane? Because that's the thing, is methane comes from a lot of sources. So I feel like this is a pretty bog standard source though. Of like, we're spending BTX and Nexalit to make methane. So I think that's fine. So this will provide methane as well. What was that sound? Oh, they destroyed the rock. That's what it was. Okay. I was like, I did not do any production of stone brick tiles, which is what it sounded like. Okay, and then that one goes up and over. This is requesting BTX. Do we request cold steam too? Probably. Now, did I pick a dummy signal for that? For now, I'll probably just set up the crackers here to utilize oil burner steam. Wait, we don't have this recipe yet. We need to wait. But yeah, I can just use the BTX to make steam. So I'll probably just do that. But there's also like FTS reactors which make tons and tons and tons of cold steam, like this guy. And right now we're just voiding it. So why don't we at least hook this up? And yeah, we'll void the excess. But we'll at least try pumping it first into... And we need a little tank for this. Alright. Exhaust pipe. There. No. What am I doing? 90%. There we go. And then pump. And then this way. Might as well use the cold steam if we can. And that'll go into the same network as these guys. Which will then be hooked into those. This recipe research is only going to take 53 minutes at this rate. Why am I only getting 6 signs per minute? Oh, because 12 times 2 is 6. That's why. You ever thought about that, Krydex? Alright, I know we gotta be done with this episode. I feel like we're never gonna get to Pi 2. And I'm not saying that, like, from a negative place. Like, I'm not mad about it, or even, I'm not even feeling like too overwhelmed or anything. It's just like, it truly does feel like there are a million things to do, and all of these are important, and they're fun to set up, and I'm enjoying the process. So like, Zen Garden is going strong here. I just also feel like it's not, you know, the progress is happening, but they're all these kind of background processes, and they're important, but also slow. Okay, I don't know which one is gonna hook up to the BTX. I guess I could grab it from Hellmod. If I actually put the recipe in here, then I can grab it with the smart builder. This is where it can be, Hellmod can be super handy, because you can do this, and this can help with planning, because yeah, we didn't know which ones were which. I actually want it to be the other way. Okay, and then we'll be done with the episode after we finish hooking up all this stuff. So then the steam, how do I actually want to do this? So I kind of want another tank to hold on to some of that cold steam that we get from making sulfuric acid. Or sorry, for making acid gas from flue gas. And what else do these things do? Okay, we get a bunch of steam from the ref nat gas reprocessing as well. No cold steam from that one, interestingly enough. Low distillates to heavy oil gets you a bunch. And heavy oil makes kerosene, lubricant. And is that it? And it's an ingredient in a variety of things. Yeah, that's okay. Interesting. Anyway, all right, and then methane. We need to hook up to come down to this one. Okay, so methane's hooked up. We wanted one of these. I'm actually gonna do this. Hear me out. Because then I can do this and a top up that we can actually see. I don't like to not be able to see my valves, because I could have put it on the behind it. But we'll top this up to like 20, and then that'll be hooked up to the rest. So we'll receive cold steam first from the reprocessing, and then the BTX is just going to be hooked up generically to the oil burners as well as the multi-purpose crackers. And now, let me just double check. We did have a pump on this steam, right? So it's one directional? Yeah. Yeah. We're not gonna have to worry about that steam getting voided somehow in that direction. Okay, cool. So BTX is rolling. Methane will be rolling soon. Nextlet. We need to request Nextlet. We have no requesters here, do we? These are both providers. Okay, so weak side requester extension. And then we need to request. I mean, how much Nextlet are we talking here? Not very much. We'll do maybe 10 stacks at a time. And then Nexalate plate, and then we'll be done with the episode. Alright, I forgot all about the Nexalate. You guys were like, is he gonna do the Nexalate? And the answer is yes, but only after forgetting. Perfect. Alright, well, we'll call that an episode for now. That'll all get done soon-ish. And we'll name this, I need to name all the stops. Nexalate for methane. And this is BTX for methane. Sweet. Alright, well, as always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see y'all in the next one.